at the second. That's him back to 9 under. He'd started with a bogey 5. Well, this is Faldo at the short 5th. He's still 9 under.
Yes, maybe a short hole, Renton, but it's the longest of the par 3s here at Wentworth. Pin today cut in the little bowl at the back right section of the green, so Faldo trying to fade it in down the slope, and that's mighty impressive.
And on a drier day that would have finished much closer to the hole. Faldo for a birdie down the hill.
So wants to finish well to get into that US Open. 59 consecutive majors he's played in, and it would be a shame if he wasn't at the US Open for the 60th. Yes, terrific control that from Colin coming out of the rough, but in a much better position on the 6th fairway. Faldo in today just cut over that front bunker. Just a short iron in. Green slopes a lot from right to left, so needs to hit this past the hole and a little bit right to screw it back down the hill. Just a little overcautious, but gives himself a birdie putt.
Good crowds following the golf today. Nick Faldo for a birdie at number 6. This to join Montgomery on 11 under. Listen to that cheer. I tell you, he's still as popular as ever. 6 times major winner Nick Faldo, 11 under par, but trailing, of course. A lot of treatment on that back. The back not giving him quite so much trouble on this final day as we watch Nick Faldo's approach to the 7th. Play down into a valley, then up the hill to the green, and that one has gone well over the green into the crowd.
Now Nick Faldo got a little chip to play. He's putted well this week. 28, 25 and 28 putts over the first 3 rounds. But he has had problems with his upper arm. I think that's why he's missed 1 or 2 fairways, but nothing wrong with the short game.
The old partnership of Nick Faldo and Fanny.
111. So a man who knows how to improve his game each year.
Faldo just ran off the fairway with his tee shot at 8.
Just inside that first cut of rough and not drawing. And nobody really has managed to get to that back flag today. Very tricky.
Still all the determination. Faldo at the 8th for his birdie 3. This is going to swing quite a bit. Well, it didn't swing all that much at the end of the day.
And that's that heavy rain taking out the break and making it more difficult for the
par. Faldo for his par at 8.
Like so many golfers this week, Faldo staying at home, lives in Old Windsor, next door of course to Elton John. And so many of the European Tour players making their base around the Wentworth headquarters.
Championship 5th by Thomas Bjorn. So Hansen looking to improve on that this week.
Those stats of greens in regulation for Nick Faldo, maybe not too impressive, but he's only missed a few greens by the narrowest of margins, but got some work to do there on 9 to save his par now. That went on a bit more than he would have thought. And the team of Sunnison and Faldo go to work on this putt on 9. And he'll be annoyed at that.
Perhaps his chance. He moves into a share of 2nd spot. There's already been a hole-in-one at this hole this week. Stephen Leaney got the ace. Leaney's ace was the 2nd of his career. It was the 13th ace of the season in Europe. It was the 4th ace at the 10th. And
every time Montgomery and Faldo have made birdies, there's been tremendous roars from the crowd. It's great to see so many people here on a day where the weather's been pretty inclement. And Faldo now going for his third two of the day. And hello. Well, another great roar goes up to. And, well, it's marvellous day's golf considering the weather.
he challenged strongly last year in this event as well, at some stage in each of the last 4 events, and hasn't won any. I don't think he's going to win here.
Never know, might augur well for the Open Championship later this year at Muirfield. Of course, Nick Faldo's won 2 Open Championships at Muirfield, and he might be fancying his chances later on this summer. One way going past the hole, so it had to come back the other way, but it didn't. Fooled him. Let's see if Fanny and Nick can get this one right. They missed the putt on 9 for the par, and they've missed that one on 11 for par, and I wonder whether that might be the putt that keeps Nick Faldo out of the US Open later this year. He went on to win that event by 10. I wonder whether his concentration is as good as that today.
Still does the yoga. This is Faldo. This for an eagle at 12. And another tricky little one coming back. 67 for Clark, 277.
So the 44-year-old makes a birdie as the 48-year-old made an eagle. Plenty of experience in this 2-ball today. 3 under for the 12th, and well done, boys.
Hansen at 19 under par. Nick Faldo. Back at 17, Nick Faldo. This is his third shot.
Locked out with his tee shot down the left-hand side. All he could do was hook it round the corner, but still in some wet, tangly rough. 130 yards still to go down the hill. Playing a majestic shot considering the awfulness of the lie.
5s and a 6 he had in the last 4 holes of his second round, a run in which he also managed to hit a spectator on the head. The spectator required 3 stitches but made a full recovery.
No birdie for Nick Faldo, 117, and yes, we're into the next season.
If he can finish better than 4th, it will be his best ever finish on tour. 18th, Nick Faldo. Way back. A long second shot for Faldo. Didn't quite get the drive, I don't think.
No, but look at that. The sun's come out. That's the sort of day it's been here. Almost April, showers in May.
What might have been for Nick Faldo. Up by the green at 18. Faldo's third shot.
And you can bet your bottom dollar he's trying to hold this. Just going to come up a little shy. Said before at the start of the week that he'd love to get his hands on Whitworth and maybe reshape it, get rid of all the rough and maybe create a few new greens with some runoffs, which might test the modern day player. Of course, such a keen course designer these days.
Superb swing. Faldo to finish on 12 under. This to join Campbell on that mark. Well held. Always nice to finish with a birdie. Nick Faldo, 71, 68, 68, 69 for Faldo. There are surely more titles for him to win before he decides to put the clubs in the attic. I think they both enjoyed playing.